Greetings wherever you are getting us live. This is Atlantic Online TV, the home of the TV revolution. I am Mr. Mass Sanyang, the host of the Education Bantaba platform, and my co-host is Babukar E.A. Buso, who is not with us physically but spiritually he's with us. And then I trust next week Monday he'll be here with us because we also have an author to host who is no other person but Social Jite. But anyway, as far as today's program is concerned, this tomorrow on the 16th and then on the 21st, that will be on Saturday, we'll be having an activity or an event called an African Child Day. So these are the children who are with us today from different school, and then we also have a member of the organizing committee who is here with us. And then our topic of discussion will focus on African Child Day. Then please, before moving directly to our topic of discussion, tell us your name and then where you come from.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanyang. Greetings to all the viewers. We welcoming you all to this noble platform, and then to Education Bantaba as well. So, without wasting much time, I am back again for the second week. My name's Omar Trawale. I'm part of the organizing committee for the day of the commemoration of the Day of the African Child. Thank you, Mr. Sanyang.
Yeah, thank you very much, Omar. And then I think today we'll have a fruitful discussion on the Day of an African Child, which is always celebrated on the 16th of June yearly. And then this year in the Gambia, we are to observe it on the 21st of June due to reasons. And then I'm sure Umar will take us through on that. And then next, introduce yourself.
My name is Cody Cisse from Birkama Lower Basic School.
Thank you very much. That's Kodu Sise from Brikama LBS. Kodu, thank you so very much for honoring our invitation. She's also part of the event called Celebration of the Day of an African Child. Kodu, can you tell us your age?
12.
She is 12 years old. Okay, we move to the last person. Yes.
My name is Esat Kiate. I am from Lady Fatima Nursery and Lower Basic School.
Thank you very much, Aisatu Kuyate, a member of or a student of Lady Fatima Lower Basic School. Aisha, thank you so very much, and we are so grateful for honoring our invitation. Then, viewers, before we move directly to the program, I will still acknowledge the schools that always follow this program. And then I will first start with Lady Fatima as far as we have a student representative of Lady Fatima LBS in Brikama, Santo Su. Then we also acknowledge the presence of Brikama LBS, the mother school of all schools in West Coast, as far as we have a representative or a member of the school. Schools like Kabafita LBS, we also move to Kembuje LBS, Kasakunda LBS, Presentation LBS, and Mari LBS, and then all upper basic and senior schools within the breadth and wide of this country. Mahad, my people, and then Botrop Mansakoli, I will never forget you as far as this program is concerned. Then I also extend my greetings to Faratu, Busumbala, upper and senior upper basic school, Kokum, and then all the schools within Faratu and Busumbala. Then moving directly to African Child Day. Now, if you may ask, what is the Day of an African Child? We say the Day of an African Child, DAC, was instituted in 1976 by the Assembly of Head of States and Government of the AU in memory of the 16 June 1976 student uprising in Soweto, South Africa. At the time, students marched protesting the poor quality education they receive and demanding to be taught in their local or native language. During the protest, hundreds of students or scholars were killed. The Day of an African Child is celebrated or commemorated these children and their brave actions they took to defend their rights, their liberty. The Day of an African Child also serves as a celebration of children of Africa, as well as to inspire a sober reflection and action toward addressing the challenges that children in Africa face daily basis. The Day of the African Child will be celebrated on June 16, that's tomorrow, by the team identifying planning and budgeting for children's rights progress since 2010. So this is a brief history of an African child. We said an African child is a day instituted by the head of states of AOU, that's Africa Union today. And then this day is observed in the whole of Africa due to the student uprising that held in Soweto in South Africa in 1976, where was a peaceful march past and students were demanding their rights to education, and because due to the poor quality, and they were also demanding of what they should be taught in their local or native language. We all know in the apartheid region time in South Africa, then Umar take us through the Day of an African Child.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanyang, for giving me the floor. I think basically you've said all, and this is the reason why we've been commemorating the Day of the African Child. And it is important to us as, even though that people like us, we've passed that stage, but it has enabled us to participate in a lot of things in terms of our growth. And this is why we would always give back to the young ones that are in the level. So coming straight, the Day of the African Child is commemorated every 16th of June, as you mentioned. We celebrated this as a result of the massacre that happened to children in Soweto in 1976. So in acknowledgement of the children standing up to ensure that their rights are, seen, this is why we always commemorated the day. And in the Gambia, likewise, everywhere in Africa it is celebrated in the 16th of June, and like you said, we have reasons of moving it to commemorate in the on the 21st of June.
That's Saturday coming.
Yes, that's this Saturday coming. First of all, the Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs is celebrating it today at the National Assembly, which some of our children that are supposed to be here with us today are unfortunate because they have joined the team there. And the other thing, it also falls on a school and a working day, interrupting the sessions of students. We've seen that is going to cost them more, especially in this crucial time of the term. So this is why we sat down as a committee and said, why not we push it to the weekend so that we can have everybody on board. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so as Umar rightly said, today is June 16, and then we should all understand that the whole Africa is celebrating the Day of an African Child, or African children, across the continent of Africa due to the uprising of students in Soweto in 1976. That time I was not born. Umar was, I don't think
Sure,
I
I wasn't born at
So
all.
whereby hundreds of students were injured due to demanding their rights, their liberty, poor quality education, and then segregation between the white and then the black in South Africa in those days called the apartheid system.
Yeah,
But
sure.
thanks to the great minds of African leaders, that's Nelson Mandela, the father of South Africa politics, Tata Madiba, and still we acknowledge the president, Julius Ramaphosa of South Africa. My regards to you, sir. Then we have to move on because there are a lot of activities that need to be taking place during the Day of an African Child. And then those activities are poetry, drama, cultural performance, miming, public speaking, and then so many things. And then please, if you want to commemorate this day with us, please do join us at the governor's office on the 21st of this month, Saturday. So students are also here, and then they'll be engaged. They have poems, and then these are the students you see, because the Day of an African Child is instituted to the students or to the children, and then they are also born within the bread and wine of Africa. So I will start with Kodu. She also has something for us, just a brief poem, and then if you want to see a lot of her, then you have to join us on the 24th of Saturday at this place. Then Kodu, yes. What do you have for us this morning?
Point.
Yeah. What is the title of the poem?
Net in Senegambia.
Life in Senegambia. Hey, wow, always students always want to read Life in Senegambia. Okay, anyway, so I think it's very important, and then today is their day. So Umar, not sure, we have to give them that platform,
Sure.
to, yeah, sort of, at least to at least state whatever they wish like stated. Yes, Kodu, you can go on. Greet your audience.
Good morning to you all. Before going further, I would like to introduce myself for the benefit of those who don't know me. I go by the name called Caesar as my second name. I am here to recite you a poem entitled About Night in Senegambia. Ngo ale muso bunya, bon nabi muso jamal me fam bunya. Ibike fantinya fenna fanafulo ni woku. Mun dunya kula jarta nyinna. Women are the most valuable. They are the most honorable, adorable, but now they're just not valuable. Some choose to be a boy of a little boy and giving himself all papa calling you Suka daddy when it's already a bit daddy. Calling you baby when you are no more a baby. Call him daddy even if he's older than your granny. But all because of money. Nasistan lang yung manta niya pa. Date and date become jobless, but Suto meant to choose be awakabi as Senegambia. Siguro si Senegambia is like here is not the Gambia. Kati buka fenja from Malvalia. See our sisters selling their products looking for customers like Bulkunkutu. Ibala kensen batama lako nyamatu. Iba chekes la like bulundi malbalu. Iba fensi tungol dun nako nunto sujaru. Iba ke fongo sutireka mutachali simbo. This generation no motivation, our generation full of action and comedies. Jamano falinta alfa jama bizat. Kururo mansia de birindindin jamatinya. Jamano tinya de fentam for malbalia. I thank you all for your wonderful kind attention.
Thank you so very much. That's Kodu Sise, a member or a student at Brikama LBS. As I always say, Brikama LBS is one of the oldest schools because the school was built in, I will say, before independence.
Sure.
Yeah, so, and then I will say the school is growing and then it's getting older and older. So anyway, thank you so very much, Kodu. For your that wonderful poem about life in Senegal. Omar, today is Students' Day, and then you can hear children of Africa, the potentials they have in them, at least combining words to give an advice or a mental image to the people or to realize my hope to those people at the receiving end. So what is your take?
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanyang. I think this is one of the most brilliant things that we could always do as stakeholders to support children in terms of what they wanted to do. And also not leaving them behind in terms of what the team even sets, planning and then the budgeting aspect. We would see it's very difficult for adults to always include children in terms of decision making, but it's important, more especially when it has to do with children. Why would you want to take a decision on behalf of me without me knowing even what you're doing on my behalf?
That's children's rights.
That's children's right. This needs to be looked into very well. This is why we're working with all stakeholders. In the day of the celebration, we're going to talk about this document that is child participation in the Gambia. We're meeting stakeholders, more especially the area councils, because we know the area council has connection with all they have ward development committees, and these ward development committees have all the village development committees. So we wanted to ensure that all the village development committees have a child representative in their committees in order to enable children to also speak their mind in terms of decisions making that are made within our communities. Thank you so much.
Yes, honestly, at least students or children inclusiveness in terms of participation is very important. Not only even at our homes, they also need to participate fully when it comes to ideas and then parents need to listen to their concerns and then they need to listen to their ideas and try to aggregate those ideas. If you move into the western part of the world, children do participate immensely. Sometimes they'll tell you, if you are to build a house, you call them, you talk to them, I want to build this type of house. What is your concept? And they'll also come up. Dad, no, I think we do this. And then try by all means, if you not take it, their advice fully, but try to be with them. Let them understand that Dad is open and then anything we tell him, he do consider us. So it's very important when we do this for children also to realize themselves in participation when it's come to village, maybe within the development areas, especially VDC and other stuff. So it's very important for them to have their participation. And then we can see in the Gambia, people are graduating. Now we can see the Children National Assembly.
Sure.
Yeah, we can see the Youth Assembly, and so on and so forth. So meaning we are coming on slowly and slowly but surely.
Sure.
Inshallah. Then Aisha, you also have a poem? Yeah. What is the title of the poem?
The Spirit of the Gambia.
The Spirit of the Gambia. Yes, Aisha, greet those people at the receiving end, and then we move on.
Good morning to you all. My name is Asad Kuyata from Lady Fatima Nursery Aldoa Basic School. I am here to read a poem entitled The Spirit of the Gambia. Oh, the Spirit of the Gambia, the birthplace of Kunta Kinte. How badly have you been tied by your brothers? How badly have you been damaged by those you have accepted in your war heart? Oh, Gambia, the mother of the manufactured river, the Atlantic Ocean that has been flowing since the beginning of time. Your story has been written and fabricated by those who never hesitated when the great Sahara Desert. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And then I trust this is not completed, but I said we should try to work on it. And then, anyway, then I said thank you so very much. We hear what the girl is trying to disseminate to the reader's mind, the spirit of the Gambia. Oh, the spirit of the Gambia, the birthplace of Kunta Kinte, the elegant Atlantic Ocean, and move on. So depicting the image
Of the
our nature,
of the
of the Gambia. So thank you so very much, and then I trust this is what we want. So Umar, do you have anything?
All right, thank you so much. I think looking at both of the poets, they've done wonderfully well. Coming to Kudu's poem first, I think I would enlighten about this is what is happening. This is the reality about what is happening, not just in Senegambia, but the entire communities of the Gambia. And I think parents have a very crucial role to play in the development of their girl child. You understand? It's all start from a tender age. If you did not, it's very important as a parent to have that tete-a-tete discussion with your girl child, explaining to them what are important, what they need to focus on. If you do not do that, if they grow on that, this is going to be the lifestyle they're going to take. And it's going to be very difficult for you to change that already when it has happened. You understand? So I think that's a very wonderful point, and it comes from a very wonderful person as well. And to Aisha as well, the poem is about the spirit of the Gambia. This is just beyond the spirits of the Gambia if you understand the point very well, because it is telling you about how the Gambia looks like, the beauty of who we are as Gambians. So I think this is a wonderful point that have been presided.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kodu, and then Aisha, and then Umar. Honestly, you guys are doing great. And then still remember, today is the day of an African child. And then West Coast, I will say it, will celebrate it on the 21st of June, that's Saturday coming at Governor's Office. So it's very important for the viewers, those people at the receiving end, to come join with us and then commemorate the day. So Umar, as a member of the organizing committee, what do you have?
Thank you very much. I think that is a very good question. As a committee, we've gone far in terms of resource mobilization. Like the other week we came here, we said, although we are looking for support from individuals, institutions to come ahead to support the event together, but we are not also relenting ourselves to ensure that we have a self-funding as well. If you wanted to wholly and solely depend on donors and people to support, probably the event might fail. But this is a burden on us to say we must fulfill this, because this is the only way for our children to also voice out what are the issues affecting them as children. How can we come together as children, stakeholders, to ensure that these issues are put into that. So it's important that for people to know we are on the high gear, as at now some of the team members, they are not being able to be here because of that. They are working on other things as well to ensure that the day becomes fruitful for everybody. And the viewers out there, we are still looking for support. If you can help in any ways, we are calling on you to come. And we are inviting all of you to be there, inshallah, come on Saturday. It is going to be a fruitful event, inshallah.
Yeah, Umar, I think it's very important you take us through how the activities are going to be. Whether we are starting with a march past by the scout band, then from where to where, and then so on and so forth. So I don't know, yes, whether we, yeah, that's the in place.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coming back to that, I think it's going to be a whole day activity. We're going to start it by 9 o'clock, and we would have TV stations will be there to cover the event. So for those that will not have the chance to be there, you could watch it on TV, and we are pleading that Atlantic TV to also be live there to cover the event. So we're planning on to have the mic pass from Jar Oil coming down to Governor's office with the scout band that will be led by the scout band, and we will have a police escort that will ensure that we have a smooth march pass. Then from there, then we would have a series of activities. We would have speeches from children themselves, the likes of the child representative of West Coast Region, Snack, will be giving a statement, and other children as well from other children-led organizations, and the stakeholders that will be present as well. We are hopeful that to have the governor, the representative from the area council, the representative from, if we have the minister or any of the directories, will be helpful to us to see them grace this occasion with us from gender and child affairs, and then other stakeholders as well. So we will also have a drama from the children. They would display a drama, poetry, cultural displays will also be done there as well. Miming also will be done there.
But I trust food will be available.
Yes.
Food, water, because yeah, I think.
For the body bunkers, don't worry, we will have food for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think those people from Badibu should know that food will be available. Badibu and Jara, and then Kiang down to Foji know that food will be available. So please, that very day, never engage yourself. The only place to be at the governor's office from 9 o'clock onwards. And then, as I rightly said, it's the day of an African child. West Coast region is celebrating. So, Kodu, back to you again. So, Kodu, tell us your feelings right now. Hoping for the day, yes.
I'm feeling happy.
Happy, and then you are waiting for the day.
Yes.
So, the day of the program, what do you think you'll do?
I'll do poem.
Only that one? Yes. Do you have another point different from the one you read?
I said read it already.
That the spirit. Yeah, but you can continue with that. Yes. Let's hear.
I introduce myself.
Yes.
Good morning to you all. Before going further, I would like to introduce myself for the benefit of those who don't know me. I go by the name called Caesar as my second name, a student from Brikama Lower Basic School. I am here to recite you a poem entitled About the Spirit of the Gambia. Oh, the spirit of the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, the birthplace of Kunta Kinte. How badly have been died by your brothers, how badly have been damaged by those who never exist in your warm heart. Oh, Gambia, the mother of magnificent river, the Atlantic Ocean, that has been flowing since the beginning of the time. Your history has been written fabricated by those who never exist. When the great Sahara Desert embarked from break the water. I thank you all for your wonderful care attention.
Thank you so very much, Kodu, once again. And then these are the kids you see displaying their potentials on the day of the event. That's the day of an African child, which will be celebrated on the 21st of June on Saturday from 9 o'clock onwards. And then we hear from the member of the organizing team, Omar Tarawale. I will call him Honorable Omar Tarawale because very soon He'll be representing the whole of Brikama North in the Youth National Parliament. Omar also is contesting, and then maybe as the last, maybe final minutes, yeah, that's we are in the last five final minutes. Then Omar, tell us about yourself and the new participation this year in the Youth National Parliament.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanyang. I think basically I will start that I know you through youth service, and which is one of the best things to share with someone. We have a lot of role to play as young people when it comes to what we wanted to achieve together as a nation. Like you said, my name's Omar Trawale, and I am working with a lot of youth organizations within the breadth of the country and even outside the country. And I'm currently serving as the president of the Association of Working Children and Youths of Brikama, and I capacitize in the national side as a technical member and also the child participation officer for the Gambia project that is currently going on. And I've also worked with the Gambia Red Cross Society as a First Aid National Instructor, and then I've worked with Children for Future Foundation. My work entirely has to do with children because I have a lot to offer to children, because these are our future leaders and they have a lot to give to us. Without a good leadership of children, we are doomed. So this is why it's good for them to have a good guidance and then moving forward. And then in the youth service, I think I've been into the youth service for over 18 to 20 years now. My entire life has been served with the youth. And then I am also contesting for the National Youth Parliament for Brikama North. And then we're looking forward. We are not looking for the position, but we are looking working environment to ensure that young people are well represented within and outside of the country in bringing meaningful developments to young people of the Ghana.
Yeah, could you, Omar, what do you think is going to be your final word? And then I think we'll have another balloting for your participation in this National Youth Parliament. So what do you think is going to be your final word as far as African celebration of an African child is concerned?
Thank you so much. I would refer myself back to the team, which is planning and budgeting, which children should be inclusive. So this we are telling all stakeholders to ensure that we hold children to be part of such initiatives. Whenever we make, looking at it that we are represented from West Coast and we under the Council of Brikama Area Council, they should also see a children participation in terms of their budget development and planning as well, because it's important for children to take part in certain developments. So, and away from that, not just Brikama Area Council, but making it broad to all stakeholders, government officials, to ensure that whenever there is going to be a planning or a budgeting, there should be inclusive of children to take part in this. And we are urging all stakeholders to come and grace the occasion with us to ensure that the activity is a success. And
Yeah.
thank you so much to all listeners out there.
What do you think is going to be your final word to those people watching your live? Or do you have any thanks to your teachers or students or your family members at home? Yes, go on.
I thank my family members and my teachers and my friends.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Kodu, Aisha, do you have? Or do you want to thank? Yes.
I thank you all.
For wonderful
Kind attention.
attention. Okay. Thank you so very much. That's the Education Bantaba platform. That's always come every Monday from this time at Atlantic TV. I am your host, Mr. Mass Sanyang, and then today is the day of an African child. And for West Coast, we'll observe the day on the 21st of June, that's Saturday coming. So please, we are urging all stakeholders to support the movement, because without finance, it will cause a bottleneck to us. So it's very important we help to participate on this crusade. So once again, thank you so very much till we have you in our next bulletin.
Thank you so